Welcome to the Daily Marvelite. This is the first edition of the coming to the shelves this week. Again, this is the first video. I'm going to be doing a weekly video showing you guys what Marvel comic book issues are hitting shelves within the week. So this is the January 9th edition, and this is basically the comic books that you're going to be seeing today. So first things first, let's talk about the big guy, the Superior Spider-Man #1, written by Dan Slott. This is the direct continuation of the outrageous among fans conclusion to the Amazing Spider-Man, which is Amazing Spider-Man 700. Now again, spoilers ahead. If you haven't read the Amazing Spider-Man number 700, now if you do, you know that Peter Parker apparently is dead and his body has been taken over by none other than Dr. Octopus or Doc Ock. Now a lot of fans were very unhappy. A lot of fans have threatened to drop the book and not buy a single Spider-Man issue ever again. However, I'm here to tell you guys to chill out. You know this is not going to last. And again, without spoiling too much, if you read the Superior Spider-Man, especially the last page of the issue, you will be happy. That's all I can say. Now, the book is gonna hit shelves today. The price is of course $3.99, and it's the first of an ongoing issue. Even though Marvel is saying that this is gonna be the status quo, this is gonna be forever. Don't worry. You know how it's been for other story arcs, and this is not gonna last. And Peter Parker is going to be back for certain. Now, the next book that's gonna be hitting shelves today is Avengers Arena #3. Now, I haven't personally read the entirety of the first book. I've glanced through it. I'm not a big fan so far. Again, this is it feels like a gimmick, like Hunger Games or those kind of stories where a bunch of teenagers are fighting each other in an island, and the winner is whoever is gonna stay alive. Now, the third issue will showcase X-23, which is Wolverine's clone, for those who doesn't know. Versus Annihilation's Kami. Now, as you can see, the story, it says that someone is gonna die maybe in this issue. It says Dark Hulk equals death. Now again, as I said, I have not been a fan of the first issue. Maybe things have picked up, so we'll see. Thor: God of Thunder #4 will also hit shelves today. Now, this series written by Jason Aaron is fantastic so far. I've read the first 3 issues, and it's really one of the best Thor stories I've ever read. The story focuses on 3 different eras of Thor's life. As a teenager, we get to see him, the arrogant son of Odin, also as a modern present-day Thor, as well as a future King Thor, which you can see in the picture or in the cover of the book. Now, I'm not gonna talk too much about it. All I can say is go ahead and buy these books. Go ahead and buy Thor: God of Thunder. It's one of the best Marvel Now comic books available. Ultimate Comics X-Men has also reached number 21st. Number 21 is going to be hitting shelves today. It's going to guest star as the Iron Patriot. Again, for those of you who don't know, the Iron Patriot was a costume, was an Iron Man suit that was that has appeared in the other comic books or other Marvel 616 universe, and it's gonna appear in the upcoming Iron Man 3 movie. So it is only normal that we're going to be seeing this suit this year throughout other issues. So again, it's starring the Iron Patriot, and I have not been following Ultimate Comics X-Men, so I cannot talk much about it. Fantastic Four, the reboot, the Marvel Now reboot of Fantastic Four has reached a 3rd issue, which is going to be dropping today. Now, the previous series was written by Jonathan Hickman, who's tackling the Avengers in Marvel Now. This new series is written by Matt Fraction, and he proved that you can have a Fantastic Four stories without Jonathan Hickman. Matt Fraction has written the Invincible Iron Man, which was one of the best Iron Man stories ever published. Now the story, it's a new year on a new world. The Richards family rings in 365 days of adventure on a brand new planet. Now this is also related to the FF book, which is also a fantastic book. The second issue dropped last week, so we'll talk about it when we get to the third one. Now again, this is a $2.99 comic, and you can find it today on your comic book store. Cable and X-Force has also reached the third issue. Again, this is another Marvel Now comic. Reviews were not very positive for the first two issues. I have not had the chance to read them yet. I've glanced through the first one, and I don't see why people are hating it. But again, this third issue will mark the appearance of Colossus. We haven't seen him since the Avengers vs. X-Men storyline. Wolverine in the X-Men has reached the number 23, and we see Wolverine as the headmaster of the Jean Grey School for Higher Learning. Now the current story has the X-Men and Wolverine facing against the Murder Circus, and apparently we're gonna have a character death in this issue, as it says in the story that the Murder Circus claims its victims. It's also mentioning that Wolverine is gonna fight, or is gonna go against Frankenstein. The price is $3.99, and again, you can find it today at your local comic shop. Secret Avengers is reaching its final issue before it goes into a full reboot, Marvel Now reboot. I haven't followed Secret Avengers lately, but I'm really anxious to see the Marvel Now reboot that is going to feature Nick Fury Jr. or the African American Nick Fury, and some of the Avengers as well, including Black Widow, Maria Hill, Hawkeye, and even the Hulk. Age of Apocalypse, the final battle is Age of Apocalypse number 11. It's the climax of the first year of the Age of Apocalypse, and the book claims that Jean Grey's fate lies in the balance. So again, it's a $2.99 issue. You can find it today at your local comic shop. Marvel Universe vs. the Avenger. This is the conclusion to the 4-issue miniseries written by Jonathan Mayberry. Basically, it's a post-apocalyptic world where Hawkeye is the last of the Avengers, and he needs to basically save the world and fight the Avengers to save the world from the might of Doctor Doom. Again, a $3.99 comic written by Jonathan Mayberry. Marvel Universe, the Punisher. There's a problem. This is the Punisher Nightmare number 2, and it says the Special Forces soldier is injured and his family killed in the midst of a mob execution. Sounds familiar? Yes, but it's not Frank Castle this time. It's a young soldier named Jake Niman, but the familiar story puts Frank on the path of punishment. Again, $3.99. It's a classic tale of the Punisher. First X-Men. Now, this book has not been positively received by fans or critics. The initial premise of the book was to actually show that there was before Charles Xavier formed the X-Men, that there was another X-Men team put by the government. Now, when we first heard that, we thought this was gonna be a little bit close to what we've seen in the X-Men First Class movie. However, it's completely different. I'm sorry to say that it's not a good book. It does not make a lot of sense. I'm not sure about the fifth. I haven't read the book since the second issue, so maybe it improved, maybe it didn't. This is the 5th issue, and it's a $3.99 comic. And actually, it's gonna be the first time in the series that we're gonna see Wolverine versus Sabretooth, and apparently it's gonna explain why Wolverine and Sabretooth never get along. Now, this is pretty much it for the this week with the Daily Marvelite comic book previews. Remember to like us, subscribe to us via YouTube, follow us on Twitter. You can see the link at the bottom of the video, and of course make sure to visit www.dailymarvelite.com for your daily Marvel news. We cover comic books, movies, television, cartoons, and everything that is related to the Marvel Universe. This is Nabil, aka Struggler, and I will see you next week.